immediately. It's not even just the week ahead. It's like the next 2 to 4 weeks. It doesn't feel like it's something that you're starting right now. It's something that's like in progress. So changes, whatever it is that you're going through. I'm just seeing like a mix of a couple things here. I keep getting like desserts, like I'll see if this is a metaphor, if this is literal, but it's like cakes. It looks like it's like a bakery with like a cake shop. And I don't know if this is a metaphor, or if this is literally like you have a sweet tooth or you are shopping for something like this. It feels like it's for a special occasion, like a wedding or anniversary or something like that. But I'm just seeing like all of these very finely decorated cakes. Yes, to both. Yes, as in um, the wedding, anniversary, things like that, or the sweet tooth. Funeral and brother's wedding. No kidding. Okay, so all right, I'm gonna keep going with this cake thing. I have a feeling I'm just gonna be walked around the shop and we're gonna be looking at something with the cakes. Maybe something's written on them and a sweet tooth. Okay, perfect. Okay. So, just out of my sense of curiosity, uh, the 2 to 4 weeks, did the funeral and the wedding fall in that period of time? Or does one of them at least fall in that period of time? Because I'm just getting something about like the next 2 to 4 weeks, there's like this chapter that you are going through. No kidding, the funeral to wedding in four. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, so what I'm seeing is it's like you're going up to the cakes and it's like you just kind of, when someone just like tastes the frosting, so it's like you kind of just like use a finger, take a little bit off of the edge, and like you're going to taste it. And obviously, like not ideal because like other people are supposed to be trying these cakes, or buying them. But it seems like there's something in sampling. You're not even really wanting the full slice. It feels like that's it. It's like almost like the slice, taking a full slice of that cake feels like it's a little much. So even with having the sweet tooth, there's something about either maybe you're feeling this way or it's just the encouragement to pace your portions. This doesn't mean literally like, Sally, you're eating too much cake. This feels more like about what the cake is representing. So if the cake is, for these events, for these and any other milestones that are cropping up for you, there's something about portioning it out and like knowing what your limit is for them. All things in moderation. There is such a thing as too much, even if it's celebrating, like for a funeral, if it's a celebration of life funeral, like that's a very different vibe. So, however it is that you're celebrating, you're honoring beginnings and endings, to know where your limit is just how it keeps coming through. Like it's okay to just like, I don't really need to eat a whole slice of that cake. I'm just gonna have a little bit of the frosting and like really enjoy that and like really savor it and then be present in the moment. Because if I'm not walking around holding that cake and focused on eating it and I'm really enthralled in it, I'm missing things. So it feels like it's about how you're experiencing these events, that sometimes you can actually be more present by, this sounds coming in, by not participating. So not, this is not saying like not going to these things, it's going, but you don't necessarily have to do what everybody else is doing at them. I'm just seeing you like you're just moving around a lot. So you're like weaving through people, and how you are talking and conversing is just there's an emphasis here on like really being present in it, not kind of falling into or getting swept up into certain aspects of these. Yes, totally understand. Okay. It feels like there's something else before I flip the card over. I'm getting I want to look at more cakes in this shop. All right, so what I'm seeing is like, okay, then you go over to another cake and it's like, when like you pie somebody in the face, it's like you put it in their face, or like at a wedding, sometimes like that's one of the little ceremonies that people will do where they're feeding the happy couples feeding each other the cake or they smash it in each other's faces. There's like a little bit of that happening of like smashing the cake into somebody's face. But it kind of feels like it's like you're smashing it into your own face. Um, and that to me feels like I know what I was just talking about was like being measured in like how much of the cake in this metaphor that you are consuming, but you're not eating the cake that you put on your face. That feels more that it's about the playfulness. So again, when you're at play, you're really in the moment, you're high vibe energy, you're feeling connected. And those are the things to lean into. It feels like for both of these events and for anything that crops up in between. I don't know if there's something going on career-wise as well, because I'm getting something about that, like with the milestones. Like whatever your milestones are in this next 2 to 4 weeks, knowing your limits, only taking so much, making sure that you're present, making sure that you are playful, that you're connecting with other people through whatever the experience is. And now I can flip over the card. The card is the mystery card. I trust the mystery of life. Feels very perfect to me when we're talking about funerals. And when we're talking about next chapters, it's what's coming next. So when we're trusting the mystery of life, we are in the present moment. As I was just saying, we're not trying to control outcomes. We're not overdoing anything. We're not getting fixated on the future and wanting things to be a certain way or timed in a certain way. We're just living where we are now. We're really connecting. And when we're connecting to trust, we're open to possibility. We're open to opportunities. So kind of coupling with the manifest card. So for that second reading, that's like wielding your energy. When you have trust, you can wield your energy, but you can also just know when it's time to dial it back. That's knowing your limits. When you can just kind of sit back and go, you know what? Things are going to happen, and I'm just going to embrace that things happen, things change, same things that cycle card, things are impermanent. And I'm going to find the play, I'm going to find the joy in the unexpected and what will arrive. And maybe in the moment it'll feel positive and maybe in the moment it won't. But I know it's going to work out and I know I'm going to learn something and I know it's going to be a journey, it's going to be an adventure, it's going to be an opportunity for change. I trust the mystery of life. And for anyone who can't tell in the card, so they're showing a woman, she's got this big trench coat on and a hat, and she has some crows on her, one that she's kind of has on her arm and one that's just flying up in the sky. So Sal, let me know how that lands. Some food, haha, food, dessert for thought over actually the next few weeks. Thank you, that's perfect. Life and change, trust, beautiful. Yes. And trust is so important in general. This is like when I get this card, it's usually telling me like, all right, just chill, just be present, just let stuff happen and be prepared for surprises. You love the crows. Good. I'm glad that resonates as well too. Okay, Hilda, for you, I'm seeing like a waterfall, kind of slip and slide, kind of it's like somebody's going down like on an inner tube or something. So there's a lot of momentum. There's a current that is pulling slash pushing you and moving you ahead. And I'm just looking at you, and you feel like you are laughing, like you are joyful in it, like you feel like you are enjoying it. I don't know if doing something like this feels like scary at all, but at least in this image, you are riding the wave, you're riding the current, you're holding on, and like it's not like you're gripping and your knuckles are white or anything. You're just like, oh my gosh, this is great. Like you're kind of having like the time of your life. So it's like really um an uplifted energy, which is nice to see. And given all of the collective readings that we were talking about, it was how can you restore? How can you rejuvenate? How can you be present? How can you understand and ground into your physical and emotional body? And for you, it's just like you're screaming, you're laughing, you're like, oh my gosh, yay. Um, so I'm trying to see where this is going, or like how long this ride is, like when you're getting off, or if this is attuned to a specific area of your life, or if it's more holistic, like if it is maybe it just feel like it is relating to your energy or kind of your vibe. It's like there's some optimism. So I don't know if you're feeling that right now, and if not, it's like that's the energy that's kind of coming. It's yes, enjoying the ride. It's like enjoying that it doesn't matter about the twists and turns because you're just like, oh, like this is so great. I love the fact that I'm moving forward. And I don't care if like the moving forward means I'm like getting twirled upside down and I'm swerving left and I'm swerving right. Like I'm moving. I'm doing something. And again with a lot of these images today, I'm just seeing people by themselves. So it's like Sal was in the shop by himself, and the individual readings, it was like it's just you by yourself. And here it's like just you and your tube going down or along and up and around this inner tube water park ride. And it does feel like it's long. Like this is going on for some extended period of time. You're not getting nauseous or disoriented or confused or anything. You just kind of feel like you're just like vibing with how stuff is going. And then all of a sudden you can start to see the light coming in at the end of the tunnel because you know that you're reaching the end of the tube and you're like I don't want to get off. So it seems like then you get out and then it's like you want to start it all over again. But then what's happening is that line is long. And so really you're being encouraged to not do the exact same ride again, but to get on a different one. So you love that, great. You can get on another water slide, but it's new. And maybe this next one is taller and the walls of it are clear. And so like the experience of it is different and you're engaging other senses. So it feels like what you're doing is you are kind of leveling up with, for lack of a better word, your extremes of these emotions and how you're connecting to your senses and how you're really feeling and integrating your joy and everything that we've really been talking about today about like being fully present in the moment and just trusting the journey of where things are headed. And then, yeah, it feels like then you get to the end and you're like, wow, like what a thrill. I got so much out of that. And then you're just like, yes, and it's like that kind of mentality. And the card that we have is the purpose card. I have unlimited potential and claim my purpose. All that I need is within me. So this is another, like when you have your purpose, you are motivated to go forward. So you have the momentum that's going towards your purpose. You get out of the slide and you're like, yeah, like I learned things about myself and I want to do this next. And so you're just following that next, you're following that light, you're following where that's going. And it seems like every time you're upping the ante a little bit because it's not that your tolerance, it's not that it's about tolerance, but that's not the right word, but it's like your stamina, your ability to endure, to receive gets bigger. And so then you can keep going and keep building on it. We're planning to move from the Netherlands to Paraguay. So indeed, it may be a long ride. After that, we may also be going further. So it's resonating. Okay. So for your purpose, just to kind of put a button on that. So for purpose and potential, it's like this light energy. It's what inspires you, what makes you want to keep going, what makes you feel energized, lit up. And it can be something that your purpose is that you are doing something for others. It can be contributing. It can be healing, things that we've been talking about. Maybe you're healing yourself. Maybe you're healing others. So it presents in many, many different ways for people. But you know if something is aligned with your purpose when it's lighting you up in some way. So when it's giving you the joy that you're getting from this ride, this long, winding journey, but that feels so fun, that's the energy that you always want to connect to when you're following your purpose, even if you don't know what your exact purpose is. This is not thrill seeking. This isn't like, oh, I'm chasing the high of the energy. No, it's there's a calmness in it. You weren't scared. So you were calm, but you were happy and you were energized and you wanted to keep going. You wanted to keep learning. You wanted to stay open and go to more similar but new experiences. That's the type of energy that we're working with. So, whatever, if it's travel, if it's relocation, if it's learning about other cultures, however that's presenting for you, it's sparking that feeling and sensation. It might be about my inner experience in discovering the spiritual world, also a big ride. Agreed. It is definitely a ride and it is a journey. And it can be multiple. You could be doing more than one thing on this ride, or you're maybe moving from one to the other. So depending on what's coming first or if they're overlapping, maybe that's why the second ride I was seeing that some of the walls were clear, so you're looking out. So you're getting more that you can receive or that you can witness beyond just in the first ride. It was just you in the tube and it was enclosed and it was a solid color, so you weren't seeing the world around you. You were just present within the tube. But the next level up, there's openings, there's clear, translucent walls so you can see a little bit of the context and how high up you are and that ride compared to the one before. Always love to learn and discover. I love this reading. Good. And thank you for joining. I'll show the card for you one more time. This is the purpose card. I have unlimited potential and claim my purpose. All that I need is within me. And this last part can relate to you have the knowing of like what your purpose is, even if you don't consciously know, the energy can guide you to where you're meant to go, how you're meant to learn and evolve and contribute or whatever your specific purpose or multiple purposes are. I'm seeing pruning. Like, have you seen the movie Edward Scissorhands? I think it came out in the 90s. And it's like creating this really intricate, lawn art. So, yes, so everything's being shaped, very intentional. Oh, snip this one leaf here, and all of a sudden it looks different. So, it's really, regardless of the visible scale from the outside, the work itself is detailed, it's concentrated, it's intentional. Emphasis here as well on the connection with nature. I don't know where you are in the world, if you live in a place where the weather is great or will be if the seasons are changing, but there is a connection here with nature, working with nature, and also just this thing about being intentional about where your energy is going and what you're doing with it and where you are choosing to put it. Feels very, very focused. Small scale, it's the classic shavings make a pile. If you make enough small changes, if you save $1 a day, then all of a sudden at the end of the year, you have many dollars. It's that principle. Small, very intentional actions amount to something bigger that you can see, that others can see, that has more of it feels like visual impact. And the nature piece as well feels like it's just grounding. So again, I don't know what you have in your chart, If you have a lot of earth energy or you don't and you need it, but there feels like it's like earthing. It's like when people go out and they're barefoot and they're, um, sitting next to a tree, or they're laying in the grass, or just really, really connecting. Like, what does the breeze sound like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? It's really visceral in how you are connecting to nature, and that you're looking at it through this really small lens of every detail on that leaf that you find on your walk, on that petal of that flower. It's like microscopic and then really large scale. It's connecting to something small to connect to something really big. I keep getting that connect with nature message. Today I was thinking of going somewhere barefoot. Okay. So you're getting the message. You are receiving the information. It's just I am apparently here today to just validate that for you, of like you're thinking the right things. Whoever is wanting to communicate with you and encourage you, you're receiving it. It's just trusting that and listening to it. Okay, feels like there's one more thing before I can flip the card over. I'm seeing you with like a magic wand now. So it's like you're kind of like you're able to cast the spell. This is definitely a blend. 100%, this is a blend of both the collective readings, because now it's like you're wielding the light. So we kind of moved you through all of them. So again, if you did not hear the collective readings, I would listen to both of them, because I am getting that you're moving through both at the same time, plus this really heavy nature emphasis. So you're wielding your energy, you are using the wand, you're casting light, and you're creating a spark, but it's like you move the wand, you point the wand, and then I'm just seeing like a flower that's budding. It looks like a pink, like tulip or something similar to that. So it starts to very, very quickly emerge. So the seed was planted, grows abnormally fast, blooms, and it's there to be admired. So like the actions that you're taking have an impact. And in fact, they're beautiful, they are awe-inducing, they're grounding for other people, they're inspiring. And maybe some people overlook, as people can overlook elements, components of nature. We just walk down the street and we don't look at the trees and wonder how long have they been growing there? Who planted them? So your approach, and this may be how you already think. If not, it's the energy of the now for you. Asking those questions, tying something in the present to the universe and why we're here and what this means in the arc of our history. Like thinking small, connecting you to thinking big. That's how it's coming through. And our card that we have here, I think, is a great addition to what we were talking about with the first and the second reading. So this is an and on the reading, and this is the rest card. Proper rest helps me feel and look my best. So usually when I get this card, it's like, hey, go to bed. You're running yourself ragged, too thin, burning the candle at the both ends. So trying to get it where it's not. There we go. It's a little bit better. What I think is so interesting about pairing with those first collective readings is in the first one, we're treating our body as sacred, which you can do through rest. Treating our body as sacred. We're caring for it. We're tending to its needs. Then we're understanding our emotional body and our energetic body. Rest you can apply to all three. So maybe that's the thing for you. You are at rest in nature, not moving, totally connected to the present moment, breathing in the fresh air, whatever it is. So it feels like this is multifaceted in how it can be applied. feels like it can be the tool for your inroad for those collective readings, as well as something that you can add separately with the nature piece. At least where I am right now, we're at the very beginnings of spring, but everything looks like it's still pretty much in hibernation mode from the winter. It's when it's at a state of rest. Things are buried and they're getting ready to start having that rebirth and that new beginning. Thank you so much. Really resonated. I love the magical wand imagery. I took today off to rest, so it was spot on. Perfect. Well, the card was meant to be yours. All 6 cards today were very big picture. They were very energy based. So, what's your body doing? How's your spirit doing within your body? How are your emotions doing with your body? How's your energy doing in your body? How are you connecting? Following that energy? How are you conserving that energy? How are you replenishing that energy? And how are you trusting that energy? Coming up over and over and over again.